Hey everybody, welcome to Culture Doom. This is the Culture Doom office Christmas party. Alex thought it was a costume party.
It is a costume party.
He also thought it was Easter.
I've skipped ahead several months.
No, Alex, tell him why you were wearing that costume.
I'm wearing the bunny suit from Christmas Story because I recalled a number of years ago, possibly even before Zachary was, before Nicholas was born even, we went to a friend's Christmas party and we all kind of did like a costume Christmas party. So
Did the other people wear costumes?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It wasn't just you and your wife.
No. We're weirdos to begin with, but we went as Ralphie in the bunny suit, and then Erica did her outfit as the leg lamp from Christmas Story. So we were both leg lamp. We were Christmas Story themed.
Aunt Clara had for years labored under the delusion that I was not only perpetually 4 years old, but also a girl.
She just always gives you the nicest things, Ralphie.
I think that's a fascinating erotic role play that you and your wife were doing with that.
Yeah, and I also don't have the wall. Even though I got wallpaper background for tonight, you can see like my actual house now.
They've seen it before.
My bunny ears, yeah, I know. Well, I mean, that type of stuff. So you can see like the full bunny. And what's cool is that.
Oh, nice. Are the soles built in?
No, these are just like a bunch of like slippers that have.
I see.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, whatever, close enough.
Well, it's a fine work by Erica, and I think it's adorable that you guys did a little costume like that, and you've got a tree.
Yeah, and you get to see my living room that's covered with toys. Top of the ceiling.
Showing off your house today.
Yeah, I know. People always want to see like what exactly it looks like where I live, just because I've always got the wallpaper and stuff, and then we got the Christmas lights on.
Yeah, don't show too much, Alex. You're gonna get some weirdo that pulls up and is like, "I want to be on the show. I want to meet Erica.
I'll walk out there.
I want to play with
like
your kids."
Gunslinger Boogie.
There's a couple of podcasts, like video podcasts, sort of like mid-range podcasts I've noticed that get a little too accessible to listeners, and like have had them at their homes, and I was just like, whoa. Don't, that you're going to end up on the news. You're going to end up on a true crime podcast if you keep this up. Like no cookouts with people at your house, please. It's not the best way to go about it.
Yeah. Unless they're like a hot e-thought, don't show up.
A hot e-thought, gotcha. I was trying to figure out, I thought hot e-thought, and I was like, what's a hot e-thought?
Sorry, I'm eating Christmas candy too.
Yeah, Alex is
Grandma's old-fashioned.
Alex just pulled out anything
candy.
Christmas related he could find now, and it's sort of like when the elementary school teacher says, "Bring in something for Christmas show and tell," and then it's just anything. What are you
This
sipping
kid
on?
brings in the Glock.
What are you sipping on tonight, Alex?
I'm sipping on some Evan Williams eggnog.
Evan Williams
on
eggnog
on the rocks.
on the rock, real classy like. That's coincidental because I'm drinking an Evan Williams hot toddy that I just made.
Look at that.
Yeah,
because you said you were going to doctor it up this year, or kind of change it up.
I changed it up a little bit, but not. I kind of am sticking with what I was doing before. It's
well.
It's pretty boozy. 2 ounces of Evan Williams whiskey, lemon juice, honey, water, black tea, cinnamon stick.
That sounds good, even if you have a little bit of a little bit of stuff.
Well, it's like the secret thing. It's like you give it to your kids covertly. Like, you're sick, drink this, and they fall asleep really early.
Oh God, that sounds amazing. Although Zachary would be like, he'd come up afterwards and be like,
I'm
more, Daddy, please.
I'm thinking about. I want to on my way home tomorrow. I'm going to pick up a bottle of Glühwein. The
Glühwein.
Glück.
German spiced wine.
Yeah, mulled wine.
Mulled wine. Oh, you can heat that up with some orange and some clove and cinnamon.
Glühwein.
Glühwein.
Because it's got
whatever they sell that stuff at the Kris Kringle market.
I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. It's
Glühwein?
death. Death Tongue.
Glühwein?
German. But yeah, I was going to address that because I've got cinnamon sticks, obviously, because I put them in my, a little bit of orange slices and put it in a saucepan, and it'll be my weekend drink.
You kind of have to put that in a saucepan to kind of get that all cooked up the proper way.
I had it for the first time at Chris Kindle Market in Chicago a couple of years ago, and it was it was a cold day and a nice warm drink. Sadly, I do often now, because Chicago has escaped any major tragedy, whether it's domestic or foreign tragedies have not really happened in the city. But it makes me nervous. It's like a plane, an air carrier that has never had an accident in its entire history would make me feel more nervous to travel on their flights, because it's like that's got to run out.
Yeah, are you going to be the one on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to, all this to say, I don't want to go to Chris Kindle Market because I'm afraid either someone's going to start shooting people or someone's going to blow something up. Like I'm old and scared now.
Is Chris Kringle Market still at Daily Plaza, or has it gotten moved to a different location?
It's still at Daily. It's
still Daily. Okay.
I believe so. I'm kind of surprised it hasn't just moved to Millennium Park though.
Because that's where they do the ice rink out there at Millennium, right?
Yep, it's very nice.
So it's kind of like, because I always remember when I was a kid, we would go downtown Chicago, and we go to the market, and then we would end up going to, it was a really good like old timey German restaurant that was down there in the Loop. And I forgot the name of it because Berghoff.
Berghoff. I would say Bergendorf.
Where you walk in there and all the waiters had like the jacket, and then like it was very European, like you were like in Vienna almost. And then we would go to Marshall Fields to look at the walnut room and the tree and all that other fun stuff. And then it was purchased by Macy's. And
the Macy's stuff is still interesting. They still put up stuff in the windows. And it's still pretty inside. I've told you before my magical Christmas adventure one year with a girl, and totally out of nowhere turned into let's go to Chris Kindle Market. Oh, have you ever seen the Macy's windows? You ever been in Macy's and seen the Walnut Room? No? Okay, let's go do that. Hey, let's go skating at Millennium Park. Oh, hey, we're hungry. Let's go get dinner. I know this bartender who'll hook us up, and we won't have to pay for drinks. Go to that nice restaurant, have dinner, sit at the bar, drinks. Then it turns into, hey, let's go see a movie. Oh, well, the movie doesn't start till 10 o'clock. Let's stop at this bar and have like Irish coffee, and then go see a movie, and then pick up a bottle of whiskey on the way home. It was like the perfect Christmas day. It was amazing. I still like talk about it as if it was like the highlight of my life.
I wish it was me.
Oh, look at you! But look at you sitting in a fancy bunny costume that your loving wife made for you guys.
Yeah, that's true. She's made a couple of these because there was the gecko costume, the gecko. She did one of those also.
You guys have always done very adorable couples costumes.
Yeah, now we've translated that onward to our kids.
You made adorable costumes, and now you've made adorable children.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, that description that you gave to me, that honestly, like, that would be like a very easy, like, central, like, building block for a plot for like a John Hughes romantic comedy or something set in like Chicago. Like you could just be like, oh, these two people, and it's like, oh, I'm here because I'm from the area, and I live here in the city now. It's like, where are you from? They're like, oh, I flew in from so and so, and I'm like, I'm only here for like 24 hours because I'm waiting. So it's Christmas time, and it's like let's make like romantic couples movies again.
Well,
in theaters.
It's kind of the premise of Before Sunset or Before Sunrise. I think it's Before Sunrise is the first Ethan Hawke film where they're strangers, and I think she's catching a plane or something. I've never seen it, but from my understanding, the premise is they stay together overnight, and then she has to get on a plane and fly home. But they go out and do stuff, Alex. They're not just sleeping together. It's a story about two people who have sex and then she leaves in the morning. The end.
She gets a first class ride on Hawk Airlines. But it's very nice. It was nice to hear you reminisce about it and tell it and have that little sparkle in your eye because you remember.
It's like the best day of my life. But speaking of the best day of your life,
story of my life. Do, 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 do.
Alex, you're buying gifts for your children this year, and you seem to be very eager to talk about what you've been purchasing.
Yeah, so this year I told Erica that since the boys have a lot of Hot Wheels, I thought that one of the best presents to go and take advantage of like the 60 plus Hot Wheels they have, plus the additional 10 that I got for them, for Zachary, is to get Zachary the Hot Wheels Criss Cross Crash playset. And it's an amazing toy. My brother had it when we were kids back in the 90s. And it's literally like some sort of like American Gladiators perpetual motion device that runs on several, I think, D-cell batteries to power these actuator spinners, which launch cars. There we go. The cars are launched in a clover leaf, and the more you put on there, the higher the chances that they end up T-boning each other and exploding out of the place. And they've kind of slightly redesigned this from the ones we had. There's like a new like launch, like a kind of like placement ramp, and then there's also these little like I don't know what you call it, like cope cages in case the cars hit each other and stuff. Yeah, my brother had the older one that was yellow, and now they've changed it to an orange and blue motif. So I saw that and I was just like, Erica, we have to get this for the boys. And she's like, well, wait until Christmas. And I was like, Mom. Also because I just I want to get it for myself too, you know, to spend time with my kids and stuff.
To spend time with your kids.
Yeah, I'd be like, Mom, Dad won't let us play with the Hot Wheels.
Say when they're asleep and you're still going at it. So yeah, this is the one. Like this is what your brother had?
Yeah, he had the track layout's a little bit more. It's kind of like oval, oblong shaped, and the newer one has just kind of like a more of a curvature with like a little bit of an like an angled 45-degree angle type of track.
Right.
So it seems like the track's a slightly bit smaller with the ramps, but it's going to be a blast. I'm hyped for it. I bought like a bunch of extra Hot Wheels. One of them includes the Batman 89 Batmobile. There's like an old Toyota minivan from like the early 80s. We've got a bunch of like race cars and delivery trucks and a city bus from the ones that they already have. So we're going to put a whole bunch of stuff together and just have a blast come Christmas.
It sounds like a great Christmas morning. Now, do you guys do Christmas morning?
For me, yes.
Is when's the big present day? Like presents?
The big present day is going to be Christmas Day. We'll do that. Yeah, so we'll be doing go down to like her folks' house, and do like an exchange of gifts from, you know, aunt, uncle, grandparents, and stuff like that. Like the weekend before, like that Saturday, Sunday, because her sister's family gonna be done, and then they'll be heading back home for Christmas Day, and we'll be doing the same, sleeping Christmas Eve. Hope to watch maybe like Elf or another Christmas movie with Erica the night before on Christmas Eve. Kind of, you know, have a nice quiet evening, sit out here in the living room with a tree where it's quiet instead of bed, because we always fall asleep in bed or we're just on our phones and stuff. And then come Christmas morning, you know, everybody gets to open up their stuff, presents from Santa. We got the stockings where we're going to put the giant, we got more of those like 12-inch tall like Marvel Avenger figurines that we've been sitting on for like a year practically.
Stockpiling toys.
And we got a bunch of presents. Well, we also have them for like, because Zachary's birthday is coming up like a week afterwards. And then Nicholas's birthday is in March. So we just kind of bought a bunch of stuff prior because it was all on sale. And we're like, let's set up these for his birthday. This is for him for his birthday. This is each of theirs for Christmas. And we also got him like a bunch of like arts and crafts stuff because they love doing arts and crafts. Like a terrarium kit for Nicholas. We got a little paint a frog type of thing for Zachary and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of really good stuff I'm looking forward to and things. We've decided that we don't give each other presents anymore. We just kind of bestow it upon them.
I think that parent gifts, I feel like, only exist to humor the children, where it's like mom and dad are opening gifts too. But I remember hearing people would buy, like mothers would buy gifts for themselves from the father, and just to have something wrapped to open. And it always sounded so sad to me. But now that I'm old, I get it. It's just like nobody actually cares. Mom and dad do not care about getting gifts. Maybe Valentine's Day, maybe anniversary is when the parents care.
Yeah. Even for our birthdays, for each of our birthdays, we kind of get something a little bit different that we kind of enjoy and like. Like she's done this thing where she gets me one of those variety treat snack boxes from like Japan. And I've got all the cool like Japanese candy and little snack things and stuff. And then I would go and get her like a little snack box that's got like cheddar cheese popcorn that she really enjoys, and she likes like granola bars and stuff. So it's, you know, we kind of do something like that, but not like, because the problem is like, you know, you would know this too, is that like, you know, as a kid, you always had to wait until your birthday or Christmas to get a present, or maybe you save some money from, you know, grandparents or whatever to get some stuff. And as an adult, you have, you know, jobs and disposable income. And it's like, well, if I want to buy this, I'll just save money.
I'm not waiting for my. It used to be as Ralphie says in A Christmas Story, the entire kid calendar revolves around Christmas. And that's the primary time you're going. Any of the major gifts that you're trying to acquire, like toys or whatever, that's when you're actually going to get it.
Yeah, and you always had to like, if you had to even as a kid, you had to like forecast and pre-plan all this stuff, because a big present you can get for your birthday. Yeah, a big present you can get for birthday, but like one of those kind of like very hard, like the Red Ryder BB gun or the Super Nintendo. The big man in red, that's your guy who's going to get it. It's like, because you got that supernatural, you know, kind of.
I was going to ask you, so who's giving them the Crisscross Crash playset? Is that coming from Santa?
That's going to be from.
Okay. Well, what is?
Yeah. Actually, no. Yeah, it's from Santa.
Oh, it is from Santa.
Yeah, we'll do that Christmas Day. We are also those parents. We did not get the boys a Switch, even though their cousins have a Switch. And Nicholas is always like, oh, Amelia got like Mario Party 48 and blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, that's a fun game to play. He's like, but he hasn't really asked for a Switch, so we're kind of holding off.
Well, if he doesn't do it on his own accord, that's his problem.
That's true. Instead, since we've kind of introduced Erica's old Amazon Fire tablet, they've been fighting over it. So we're going to be the parents that are getting each of them their own Amazon tablets, because they can, for some reason, they don't care about the TV really. They want to watch stuff right here in their face. And it's also that we can upgrade the storage and download stuff off like Netflix and Amazon and Disney Plus onto the tablets for whenever we go on a car ride someplace and they're occupied. And I understand that it's not like the best thing to do that for kids, but at the same time, it's like the kids who had this younger, when we were playing with our Tiger LED games or the Game Boys or Nintendo DSs back in the day or Game Gears, you know, we were told, you know, our parents were telling us about like, you know, stuff, you know, playing games.
What are you trying to? No. You didn't finish that thought. What are you talking about? Parents are saying what about Game Boy?
Our parents were always saying like, well, don't spend too much time in the Game Boy, or people would say like kids are spending too much time on their video games and TV, and now it's like years down the road, the kids who spend too much time on their TV are like, I've been hearing that like they're trying to be like, well, I don't want my kids sitting in front of the tablet and blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want that either, but at the same time,
I don't give a fuck.
I don't.
At the same time, I'm trying to get rid of my kids so that mom and dad can watch TV. So if we give them tablets and say, go to your room, they'll get out of your hair. Mm-hmm. I get it. Yeah. I'm on your side. If you're going to do it, own
Nicholas is also, well, here's the thing. the parents who complain about this stuff are also the ones that are sending their kids to schools where each of the child now has their own individual Chromebook, and they're being taught how to navigate these things, like the different types of like mobile OSs and stuff.
It's a
and my kids know
poor
Zachary
argument.
You've seen. No,
I know it's true, but they're learning how to do stuff educationally, not how to play games and watch YouTube. It's a different thing.
Yeah. Well, my boys know how to. Zachary knows how to use a mouse, and he can scroll, and he knows which icons on the bookmark tab are for what.
Oh, well, for the living room computer
thing to go to. Yeah, and also on my phone, he's just like there.
It's funny. It's funny watching Nicholas try to play Steam games because he does. I don't know if you've ever seen. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. But there's this moment where they're like all trying to use the computer at the same time, and Crow-like thing is holding the mouse with two hands, and it's like that reminds me of how Nicholas was playing Star Wars, where it was like two hands and then like push a button and then two hands to move, and I was just like, aw.
Both hands for complete control. You won't get away from me this year.
Hey, nice grip.
Thank you.
Yeah, he still uses a controller for Fortnite, but for Battlefront 2, he's been pretty much just using like the mouse and keyboard, which I'm very proud of. I'm very impressed by that.
PC Master Race.
And that's the way to go, honestly, at this point. And then for him, he's going to be getting from Santa, he's going to be getting some more Beyblades. He's getting a few other things and stuff like that too. And then they have these little like wheeled cart thingies that one of Erica's uncles has at his vehicle shed, that the kids go there, like like her other side cousins go and they have Christmas there and they kind of play around with. So we'll have them for the boys to play in the drive-through, or the driveway, and then also the garage during wintertime. So there's a lot of fun stuff that's coming their way, which I'm very happy about.
But speaking of Christmas traditions, Alex, we were talking earlier this week about Christmas snacking, and you were expressing admiration for
Waistline go boom.
You were expressing admiration for the much maligned fruitcake.
I'm a proponent of the fruitcake. I'm an ambassador of the fruitcake also.
I can be your junior ambassador because I don't have strong feelings on fruitcake. I just find that it's sort of a meme to say how terrible it is. And it's like I feel like people who say that really have never actually had fruitcake, or at least a decent fruitcake. They just know the joke that fruitcake's bad.
I think they've either just gone along with the joke just because it's the joke that goes along in the holiday season.
Easily repeatable.
And if they've ever had fruitcake, it's probably one of those just mass-produced store brand kind, which has got like a whole bunch of really bad, not that fantastic fruit flavor, and it's got all that high fructose corn syrup, low fructose corn syrup, fructose corn syrup, and such like that, which I still enjoy eating. I don't care. I have it with some milk or some eggnog at night. But I think that if they were to have one of those, like if they old school Bon Appetit, if Claire, our gal Claire, was to go ahead and make like a traditional old American, or like 1800s America or England fruitcake recipe in a traditional sense, I think people would actually like that as like a freshly baked type of pastry. And while that's always been associated with, Christmas as like the, I guess you would say baked good pastry, prototype, like basically archetype, I kind of feel like there's been some other ones that also work for the holiday season. And you probably remember that one, which it's more of a mom kind of recipe where they take the cornflakes and they add a little bit of the marshmallow kind of type of stuff like they do for Rice Krispie treats, and they create the little ring, dip it in some of the green stuff, and then put like the spicy cinnamon kind of like I don't know what you call it, balls. I guess you would call it or
yeah,
something like that. Make like the Christmas wreath.
I think it's funny that you think that they dip it into green food coloring instead of just adding green.
Oh, they kind of dust it, or they just
Well,
drop
don't
it.
they just
or
put the
something
green
like
food
that?
coloring in with the marshmallow and the when
they
they
mix
mix it.
My mom never made that, so I wasn't one of those kids in the neighborhood that got to enjoy it. What my mom did make, she had this really nice Betty Crocker Christmas cookbook. I don't know where it's at. It's
I
someplace in
think
the house.
everybody's mom had that.
It's like you got married and then they like airdropped
This is what Alex is talking about. Christmas cornflake wreaths.
Dude, I would totally have that like salmon thing too. Look at all that good food, man.
I love Alex. I'm sorry. I'm going to pick on you really just a little bit.
Please do, I don't care.
We've been doing this particular program, this video version, for over a year now, and you have never stopped slamming your glass onto that fucking brick that you had call a coaster, and sipping drinks like this, and then it's like crash. It's like this is an audio focused show, right? Jesus Christ.
It makes you wonder how my hand is like not embedded with like shattered
it's like
glass.
You're making rulings every time you set your glass down. Anyway, sorry.
So let it be written, so let it be done.
But yeah, this kind of goes back to the era we have talked about before, where Rice Krispie treats and chocolate chip cookies and these things, Christmas cookies in general, were like every year. And then you get to a point in college or even high school where that's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately. And maybe it was for like our age bracket, our generation, with the Christmas cookies, ending like in that late 90s period. I don't really hear or even see just like in just casual passing any mention about like, oh, the holidays are coming and here's some recipes for classic Christmas cookies and stuff like that. It doesn't really
now that
anymore.
you've got kids, I think that this will show up more. Kids in Catholic school at that. I think that
cookie exchanges.
I mean, has it been discussed yet? Like, especially with your wife being a master baker?
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's kind of, when it comes to like baked goods, even the private school have this kind of policy, I guess, with everybody else, where if you're bringing, in the case of birthdays, if you're bringing treats for the class, they have to come in store-bought packaging.
No, that's why.
Yes, because it's
all of the weak.
All these kids have
all the
allergies,
weak children
like,
have ruined it for everyone.
Yeah. So, and also I think it became a much bigger thing during COVID. So that's kind
sad.
of why. But along with that, I know some more treats that could work would be, although like at offices, like at work, cookie exchanges. No, but the children, they're weak, they're small. Even though they're like a lot of their immune systems are like a lot better than ours.
So this is an aside. We'll get back to snacks in a second, but a few years ago, around this time, we were probably cracking jokes about this weird Chinese coof that was being reported in December, making fun of that, and which couldn't possibly affect us. Now it's all the kid thing going on. Have you been paying attention to this? That it's like only affecting children now?
Yeah.
Are you somehow more concerned about this information? No?
No.
All right. I was just curious.
I give my kids orange juice.
I was just curious. Although, this is concerning because we were just as flippant last time around about this shit.
No. More recently, I think like right before the week of Thanksgiving, there was actually cases of pink eye going around. So that was the big thing. So the boys had to get, Zachary was kind of at the very onset of getting it. So we had to get him drops. And then since Nicholas is around his brother, he had to get the eye drops also. We just gave it to him just as a precaution.
Where do you get pink eye from? And why is it a child condition? I mean, you don't really hear about adults getting...
It can also be for adults.
I never hear of adults...
I had pink eye a number of years ago.
Never mind. Alex,
you remember in high school?
Stopped washing his hands after going to the bathroom and suddenly got pink eye.
Well, that's the thing. Well, do you remember? Well, there was a kid in our high school when it was like our junior or senior year, and he got pink eye, and a bunch of guys in school got the ingenious idea that they were going to rub their fingers on his pubes, on his eyes, and then rub it on.
Jesus Christ!
They got something else. And they ended up getting pink eye, and they had to stay home because. Yeah, so I think it has to do with just like getting bacterial stuff within like the mucous membranes of your eyes and stuff like that.
Viruses, bacteria, allergies, chemicals, foreign object, blocked tear duct. These are the top causes. All right. Well,
yeah. But then backtracking to like the baked good things. I remember there was like the almond crescents that had like the little powdered sugar on them was something that I always remember with that. And then, like I said, my mom had the what was it, the Betty Crocker cookbook, and she made stained glass windows a couple times where you took like just like sugar cookie with a cookie cutter, and you kind of cut out like a shape in the center, and then you took they were Lifesaver candies. You crushed them up, sprinkled them in the center, and then when you baked them, the candy would melt, and it would create like this stained glass like center inside the sugar cookie and stuff. And it was something that I enjoyed her making that. I think we did it a couple of years, and at a certain point my mom's just like, yeah, you guys are getting too old, no more Christmas cookies for you, because that's kind of what it was.
I like this
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
what was
like
the
that,
middle?
Yeah. The middle would be the cookie, or the Lifesaver.
Oh, so this is hard in the middle. I was picturing that it was, I mean, that's cool. I was picturing, what's it called? Like gelatin in the middle there. I'm thinking like a collage, you know?
Yeah. Like a fruit filling of some sort.
But okay, so this is transparent.
Yeah, my grandmother would get those sometimes from, what was it, Ann's Bakery on Chicago
You should make
Avenue.
cookies with your kids. Have you done that yet?
Well, for a number of years, for probably at least 3 years now, we've been doing our annual family Christmas gingerbread cookies.
Okay, good. It's a nice memory
And
to have.
every year we make the gingerbread men, and every year, per Nicholas's request, we decorate them as the Ninja Turtles.
All of them?
With a lot of green and red and purple and blue. But there was always blue. That was the only Ninja Turtle because he likes Leonardo's favorite. So Leo Minardo. So it's something that we enjoy doing, and we actually get the recipe from the back of a gingerbread man book, run as fast as you can. There's a recipe in the back that we've used all these years, and it's a solid recipe, and we just kind of doctor it up a little bit more with some nutmeg and clove and cinnamon and stuff like that to kind of give it more of like a overall explosion of holiday flavors in the mouth and stuff. And it makes a decent amount of cookies, and we put them on a little plate afterwards with some milk and stuff like that for Santa on the island. And boys would get surprised, like, "Oh, Daddy, look, the cookies are gone." I was like,
Yes.
They are.
Do the reindeer get carrots or anything? No.
No.
All right. Have you ever had these Rosettes Christmas cookies? These are deep fried and dusted with.
No, I'd love to do that.
Had these at a library Christmas party when I was like 12 years old. It was sort of like the library put out a bunch of decorated trees that were from different countries and stuff. So it'd be geisha.
Science and Industry Museum does that.
They probably ripped it off. I mean, it was a Chicago suburb. So, but it was like a reception, and they had these cookies, and I was like, "Mom, these are the best cookies I've ever had." And
you're just eating deep fried dough with powdered sugar.
Elephant ear or funnel cake.
Funnel cake, yeah.
And my grandmother was like, "I got you." And apparently, they use a special. I don't even know how it works, but they're like these metal cookie cutter mold thing. And I don't really know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's like you dip it in the batter and then you put it in the oil.
Okay,
I don't really understand how it works.
So I'm just going to dip it in the batter, and place it in the grease. You can see the grease is ready to go. And then it'll just kind of cook, and then it'll loosen up just a little bit. I'm just going to give it a little
Oh, perfect. Look at that.
push with my tongs.
All right, I'll trade you.
Thank you so much.
Alex, we were discussing things that your kids are getting for Christmas. But I think it would be fun to discuss things that we wanted when we were kids for Christmas.
And we never got.
Or just things that we were on. Yeah, I was asking for your son's wish lists earlier this month, and you just you didn't really have. They didn't have wish lists. They just had things they liked. So it's like Ninja Turtle, Star Wars, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, and you just work around that, or you get them something that you think like this would be something cool that would they might.
But when I was a kid, and probably for you, we would get physical magazines that we could circle things that we liked, and then our parents knew exactly things that we would be into.
We also watched religiously a lot of cartoons on Saturday mornings or after school that also had action figures and toys associated with them, which then there would be commercials that played in between them.
So, went back and found an old J.C. Penney catalog from 1994. It's a big gulp you've got there. And I started looking through it, and we were talking earlier, and you were like, let's walk through it for the show. I was like, okay, let's do it. This is similar to when you and I went through old Playboys together. That was an after hours.
There might be some lingerie also in this.
Well, that is part. There's one thing that stands out right away is that this was $4 if you bought it just on its own.
Damn.
But I remember just showing up in the mail.
Yeah, when our moms need to have like a JCPenney card or
maybe it was if you had a JCPenney card. Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got
It's
It's
clothing.
It's funny looking at it's like I don't want to be a pirate.
It's like the pirate shirt from Seinfeld.
You're gonna be the first pirate. But I don't want to be a pirate.
It's funny looking at this stuff because some of it does look like things that my mother wore.
That thing, I remember that would be something
this
would be no, the previous page.
This one, yeah.
Yes, right there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we got mom clothes.
Yeah, mom
Just
jeans. Get some hot mom jeans.
Who did you say this girl looks like?
She reminded me of like Ensign Rowe. I think it's the hair.
Yeah. Well, it's just her general like bone structure. She looks like she could be a headstrong, rebellious ensign.
Yes, commanding for my bed sheets. Shoulder pads, nice. Yeah. Shoulders.
Jacquard blouse. I mean, some of this stuff, like, I could see people wearing this still. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so, like, women's clothing, she looks like a pilgrim. Oh, my God. That's amazing. She looks like she's in Star Trek. Look at her.
The tunic. The dress, that blue one in the bottom left, that looks like something that I would have seen somebody wearing in the audience of America's Funniest Home Videos. Remember, it would be like a dress like that, and you had like the frilly lace Peter Pan collar, and then you had like the large hair, and the mom's like, "Oh, good job, Billy."
This is pretty timeless. Even like her hair.
Yeah, she's very attractive.
It's like.
I've always there we go that thing that thing with the upholstery
and the matching mother-daughter outfit.
Child.
There is
see the child. You have to you have to kill the child first before you can cause damage to the main boss.
She spits them out to fight you.
She procreates. Oh, when you go pine cone
I was just
shopping.
saying, this looks like Martha Stewart's outfit, like for her Christmas special, as well as she's like out cutting down a Christmas tree with some guy.
The great thing about the spruce is that it, unlike the pine, has much stiffer branches, so it's excellent for hanging those heavier ornaments.
Very prickly.
Yeah. She goes home and drinks wine and smokes blunts with Snoop Dogg.
Now this stuff is stuff that they would sell at like H&M.
Mm-hmm. Tweety Bird especially.
But there is a section that I saw. You got jewelry, fancy watches. Do your boys like watches?
Zachary could care less, but Nicholas really likes his PJ Masks.
Oh, okay, cool.
Watch. Because it makes sounds and beeps. And
I was
stuff
totally into watches when I was like 8 to 12 years old. Like that Casio watch and
the Power Rangers one there.
And the Timex like Indiglo watch where like it takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Yeah, I had the Mickey Mouse one with his arms that went all crazy, and then I had a digital one which actually had Altered Beast on it that you could play.
Well, okay, Altered Beasts, or was it?
No, it was Altered.
No,
Beast.
no, I know, but like, how playable was it actually?
It existed.
Gotcha. Yeah. Ooh, here we go. Ooh. Hello, ladies.
The dad section.
The dad section.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Bottom right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're getting more into the bomb pajamas.
It's how it started, how it's going.
How the marriage started, how the marriage ended.
What is this? Oh, just let me slip into my sleep gown. I mean, I guess. But it looks like a dress. They look like they just got home from a work party. Yeah.
Oh no!
Wow! This is.
It's like looking into the future.
This is bedroom death right here. That's what this is. Can you imagine?
She picks out the bed sheets and the paint swatches.
So if you're trying to get romantic with your darling wife wearing this.
No, you're not.
Trying to take that thing off of her? Oh my! Like, is it? Do you think these buttons are functional, or is there a zipper in the back?
I think that's a very good question. They might be functional.
I know what I'm getting Erica for Christmas.
Oh no, you don't.
She'll be like, "This is perfect."
At least get her the one in blue, so I have half as much to deal with.
No. I'm actively sabotaging you.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Cucked by pajamas.
Oh no.
Oh.
I got you a Bible.
Thanks. It'll go on the shelf next to the 20 others I have.
Oh God, that is
Star Trek.
This
right
is
there,
what
man.
nuns sleep in. Holy shit. My God. Oh. They actually do look like nuns. Sexy nun. Oh. This is fine. They look now. See, this is like Amish wear. All right. So here now we get the fun, playful kids stuff. Youthful like teens.
Teens used to wear this stuff. Shoes, luggage, hair crap.
Honey, I got you a. What is this? Salon dryer.
Only 44. Wow.
$44.99.
But then again, in like 2023 money, it would be like $400.
Well, let's say, just out of curiosity, let's see. I don't know why I closed that. Sorry. We want inflation calculator. I should look at the actual thing. Calculator. So.
Okay. Calculon.
Okay. So in 1994.
94.
Was it $44.99?
Mm-hmm.
93. Still not that bad.
No.
I was expecting like $250 would be what I would expect that to sell for.
Mm.
The problem is that 44, like $1 just went further in 1994 than it does now. That's the thing where I hear people complaining, be like, oh, fucking millennials and Zoomers are complaining about inflation, but it's all just equal, but it's not. It's really not. That dollar in 94 goes a lot further than $5 in 2023 is the thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Masturbation tools.
Mm-hmm.
Masturbation tools.
I always found those
Bluetooth
foot massage
speakers
things really creepy.
What things? These?
The foot massage, that thing on top.
Oh, that's for. Oh, that is for your.
Because I always thought that somebody's like real hand was inside. It felt weird.
I thought it was for your neck. I thought it was like a shiatsu thing. That is a foot massage.
Yeah, you could do it for your neck, but it was also for your feet. But I was if they've creepy.
$49.99 for this masturbator
Vibrator.
Yeah. So same price. You could get your hair done or get your bottom done for $49.99.
Yeah.
HEPA air purifier. They had air purifiers in 1994. I feel like that was like late 90s, early 2000s. Mm-hmm. Stuffed animals.
Christmas bear.
Do you remember when you were a little kid? Did you get dressed up in like formal wear?
Sailor outfit. Well, sailor outfit was more for like Easter. I did wear like certain types of clothes for like Christmas and stuff, like a little button-up shirt and like a little sweater.
I remember my cousins, my female cousins, showing up in these kind of like dresses, and I would always be in like black slacks and a white shirt and like a red tie for Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So we're gonna skip ahead.
Hey, Lion King.
We're gonna skip ahead through all of this boring shit.
Some girls plus. Oh, Lord
I mean
almighty.
they're doing it to the kids too. That's cute. That's very classic. Anyway, sorry. What are the boys wearing? The boys
peanuts.
Do they make the head look like Charlie Brown? That's disturbing.
I have 2 T-shirts that are kind of like that.
Yeah, there's my Christmas wear.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
The Bill Cosby sweater
from the Bill Cosby collection. Anyway, then the real formal wear.
Oh my God, purple and green.
Wow. Yeah, double-breasted. Well, okay, so the boys already have cooler pajamas. Look at this shit. They're all like in dad wear. Look at that. That is a Man, girls.
I need my toast, my bacon, and my newspaper.
See, this is where I'm like, okay, maybe women have a point about. So, like, what little girls were shoved into. Well, okay, never mind. We just skipped the fun stuff.
Mickey, Jasmine,
Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
But then they get shoved into this shit, which is just like creepy. Meanwhile, the boys. Not even close to that level of cringe. We got badass Batman and Ninja Turtles, Lion King, Power Rangers. Power Rangers in 94?
Yeah, they came out in 93.
Wow.
93, 94.
I didn't realize I was that young. But then this stuff, this is like real mature.
Smoking jackets.
Yeah, they get a pipe with this. Pipe and a pouch of tobacco free in the mail.
A blonde on their arm. And then sports teams.
All right, but more importantly than all of this shit, we got to get to starter jackets.
God, the Dallas Cowboys were just like the team of the 90s.
Starter jackets, man. I did too. That was a Christmas gift. I begged for that shit.
I had a Bulls and then a Cowboys.
I had a Bulls one. It's probably worth money now for all the Zoomers that want to. Oh, it's this shit. Yeah.
Oh.
What is Samsonite? What was the point of these little miniature billiards tables?
It was for the thing was that it was marketed towards like the businessman who had like an office desk at his like place of work in the city, and he could put that on his desk,
like
and kind
fidget
of
with it. Okay.
Yeah, it was this fidget spinner for middle-aged men back in the 90s.
Power washer. All right. We're starting to get into cooler stuff. Knives. Nice.
You could buy knives. I think they had firearms at one point.
Was there ever a Christmas gift that you wanted that you never got? It just didn't happen. No matter how much you asked or begged, year after year, it never happened.
I think maybe it was like a Nerf gun or a BB gun or something like that.
Mine was a BB,
like a weapon. Of course.
I desperately wanted a BB gun, And my mom thought that I was going to shoot animals in the backyard with it, which is completely untrue. I would never have done that. And I wanted a Super Nintendo, and neither of those. Those were both like, she like blacklisted it. She never, it was sort of like, you can ask for it, but it's never going to happen. I'm like, but maybe Santa Claus will bring me a BB gun. And my mom was like, Santa is not going to listen to do what your mother doesn't want you to have. And I was like, well, maybe he will.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted was one of those, I mean, you call them now like the cringy mall ninja weapons, like the sword. I wanted to get like a real sword. And there was a store down at Orlando at, it used to be Disney Marketplace. Now it's called Disney Springs, the shopping area. And there was a store there that had like a lot of this like European goods and stuff. And they actually had like swords like that were made by like Spanish swordsmiths in Spain. And I always kind of wanted to get one of those and stuff. And that was another thing that never happened.
I bought, when I was in high school, and eBay was a thing, early eBay. I bought one of those samurai swords for like $50.
Did it come with tape?
It did not. It was not.
Yeah, it's tape.
It was not as high quality as that one. But I bought it.
Handcrafted.
It was like $20 to $50, maybe like $30, let's say. And I got it in the mail. My mom was like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, nothing. Don't worry about it. And I went into the backyard, pulled out my samurai sword, and whacked it against a tree. And the blade immediately popped off and flew into the garden. And I was standing there.
It's like Ralphie.
It was like Ralphie, or like, have you ever seen the guy who's banging the samurai sword on the Home Shopping channel and impales himself with it? I almost was that guy.
And the nice thing about these practice katanas... Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt big time.
But luckily it flew the other direction instead of just coming back at me.
And you live to tell the story.
I didn't understand that a $30 sword is not one continuous piece of steel into the handle. It's just this shitty piece of tinfoil bolted onto wood. And if you hit it, it's decorative. If you hit it against something, that shit's going to snap off. And it did. And the guy on the internet was like, no, you're not getting a refund. I was too embarrassed to really pursue it anyway. Yeah. But my Ninja Scroll legacy was short and brutal.
I did end up, well, I ended up, because I wanted a BB gun, and I finally, like my 20s, I finally was able to get a BB gun, and it was the one that I bought at Anime Central. And then I proceeded to go and shoot my brother point blank in the ass in the hotel room.
I forgot.
Cause him to storm out.
Man, dude, that was like, was that the same year that we saw the pillows at Anime Central?
No, this was the year that individuals of our party were apprehended by law enforcement, I believe.
Anyway, that was that year of the airsoft guns. They weren't like true BB guns with the CO2 cartridges. They were the airsoft guns, which were more approachable because of it. But that was like anarchy. Everyone was buying fucking airsoft guns, and
it's like we were like an open air market. Yeah, it was like Cabell, and we're just
you bought
guns.
them, David bought them, Kem bought them, I bought them. David bought like an MP5, didn't he? Like an automatic battery powered MP5,
or like a P90 or something. He bought like something like
he bought something intense, and then I remember. And it was like we were shooting, like we were wearing sunglasses and shooting each other, acting like that was enough. We had
the cans of pop that we ended up finishing drinking, and we were like trying to like pierce it.
Well, the funny thing is that one time, Kem, David, and I were at my apartment back at old 1212 in Chicago, and we were shooting each other. And somebody shot. I had these martini glasses, and it hit it and shattered it. And I was like, maybe the sunglasses aren't enough to prevent eye damage from these things. So
it'll just slow it down.
Anyway, it reminds me of like on when the South Park kids buy the mall weapons, and then Butters get a throwing star in the face.
Let's get to that.
Oh, shit, dude.
Ooh, lower prices this year.
$300
year.
for a designer quality Santa suit.
Holy cow.
So what does that break down to?
600.
So 107%. Yeah. $621. Wow. That
Basically, like pretty much
that's a
double.
spicy meatball.
And the beard looks like ass anyways.
Right. But you get the whole thing, you get like all of it. And he's kind of a svelte Santa too.
He's been on Jenny Craig.
I like these little
The
churches.
Yeah, I have to get it. Like, I need to really start looking more for some of those like light up plastic Christmas things, like the snowman and the.
Can
Santa and
I
gingerbread
request,
man.
and you can tell me to shut my mouth? Don't get inflatables.
No, I'm not getting inflatables. No.
All right.
Neighbors in the area have inflatables, and they look like ass when there's like a heavy breeze. No, I'm not spending that money.
Like-
and then also the power bill to keep the thing inflated with the motor going.
I like these kind of classic plastic ones. These are nice.
the candy canes. The toy
Get yourself a
soldiers.
nativity.
Yes, because this is
The reason for the season.
the reason for the season.
Is that a
my God,
bathtub?
carpeted bathrooms.
Oh my
It's a
god!
It's a carpeted bathroom. There's carpet on the toilet seat and the water tank of the toilet seat too.
Oh
Everything's carpeted.
my! Why are there drapes in? What is this? I have never. Can you? What? Have you ever seen this before?
No, but it's magnificent. I love the way that there's like a rug.
It's like a skirt for the sink.
There's a
It's on
carpet.
the carpet.
Yes, the skirt has a sink. The skirt has a sink. The sink has a skirt, but there's a carpet, and then there's an area rug for when you get out of the tub and you don't want to get the carpet
Well, yeah,
wet
that's-
because it's a bathroom.
Meanwhile, Japan is like, just make it tile, you fucking weirdos. Everything's
Everything
tile.
drains.
Oh yeah,
Actually, that bedspread looks kind of comfy.
I forgot that there used to be themed bedspreads. Like people would put out their Christmas bedspread and they're like bedding. Anyway, where are we? Okay, we're still a ways out. So we're gonna jump ahead to the toy shop.
There we go.
So we got our babies. Were you ever a weird pervert kid like I was? And like whenever some kid had a doll, you would check and see if they had genitals.
Just the Barbie.
Okay. There were like baby dolls that were anatomically correct, and occasionally I'd be at like
Even the girl ones?
I'd be at like people's houses and like their little sister would have a doll and it'd be like, "Oh, this is a full baby."
Baby Pearlin Pee-Pee, have a drink. Oh, how happy little thing.
He's laughing.
He'll start laughing when you tickle him.
Let me do it.
His little willy moves and he's done a pee-pee.
Little girls are like, "Oh, I need to clean you up." Little boys are like, "Ah, dick."
Keep pouring water on the baby. It just pees right
It's got
out.
a dick. I like it. Oh, poor Trini. All right, so little girl shit, very lame. Although look at
those are the Barbies my mom would
pretty
collect.
fucking cool, actually. The
Yeah,
fancy
what
dress.
was if you go to the previous page, is the Gone with the Wind Barbie. Next one. There we go. Yeah, it's the one, the dress made out of drapes, and then she also had like the historical Barbies that like Cleopatra.
I
Queen
think my
Elizabeth.
mom has this too. So,
Barbie Antoinette. Yeah.
oh, original Barbie,
Now they're worth like $5 a piece.
OG Barbie.
Same with Beanie Babies. Teddy Ruxpin.
Did you have Teddy Ruxpin? I
No.
didn't either.
I had Teddy Ruxpin bed sheets though, and that was pretty much it for Teddy Ruxpin.
So you didn't have Teddy Ruxpin, you had his associated paraphernalia.
Correct. Just like Nicholas does not care about the Avengers films, but he loves Spider-Man and
But
Captain
did you
America.
like Teddy Ruxpin?
No.
Because Teddy Ruxpin.
I don't know how I came to have
Ruxpin
them.
didn't have a cartoon series associated with him, did it? Oh, it did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that. Oh, we're missing a page.
Oh.
Some issues.
Lamb chops.
Oh.
Power Ranger feet. Did you ever have like the little play sets? Because my brother had like 2 sets of kitchens.
I had a kitchen, but it was wood. It was not. It was
Okay.
not this plastic stuff.
Plastic.
Yeah.
I remember those yellow chairs too. We had a play school table that had those chairs or little types.
People had this stuff at. I saw this stuff at like school, at like daycare, and
they would eventually come to possess them.
I remember.
The McDonald's. Yeah, you could make food.
Was this
I think,
Play-Doh?
of some sort.
Food items not included.
I for some reason felt like you could actually make French fries or something, and it wasn't like Play-Doh stuff. Like
Now we can make Happy Meals at home. Yeah! Make your own Happy Meals. Tasty snacks that look so real.
Oh, it's candy.
oh, dude, that's even better. Cause yeah, I remember seeing this and they were edible of some sort, but
Got it. Did you see this little disclaimer that they had at the bottom? It says, made from cereal, peanut butter, and cocoa.
Peanut butter and cocoa. Okay, so it was like a Cliff Bar, sort of. I mean, I'm guessing. That's actually pretty good for kids.
So I had a Dr. Dreadful snack kit thing where you could like make brains and eat. It's actually pretty good. So
my brother had a easy bake oven. You know the story, so he could make cookies and brownies in his bedroom.
I had that also, but it was pretty. The food I remember being pretty terrible.
It was just eating matter.
I tried to make frozen fish sticks in my Easy Bake Oven, and it did not work out. I did that on my own. I was like,
did you still eat them though?
Oh, yeah.
It tastes like
it was like frozen in the middle, and floppy on the outside.
Just like my fish.
Frozen in the middle. And then there's the cardboard versions.
Oh, the snow snow cone maker.
But this
too,
is
which was like the Snoopy.
This
one.
is all still like really kiddie stuff. Did you have any of this stuff with like the tabletop?
We
shit?
had one of those. We also had. I think there was one that you went by where it was like a ping pong pool table / air hockey type of table. Yeah, something like that. Where it was like an all-in-one thing. Yeah. Kept that in the basement. Oh, inline skates. Where do kids buy inline skates now?
Kids don't buy inline skates, do they?
They do. I've seen students on campus with inline rollerblades, and I'm trying to figure out where they find these things.
Probably like. Do you have like sports stores, like sports supply? Like I don't even know.
There's a Dick's Sporting Goods
probably
here.
there. That would be my guess. It's cooler to wear regular skates though.
I feel. Nicholas said that they're going to learn how to do that in January at school for PE. He had to bring home like a waiver.
If they break their arm, you can't sue them. Did you ever learn how to skate?
I was terrible at skiing. My brother was better.
I sucked
at the balance.
Yeah, I sucked at it too.
I
was wondering just because you didn't learn how to do other childhood things. So I was curious if you learned how to do that.
Yeah, he was better at rollerblades. He was better at skateboard. He had an interest in skateboarding. He also knew how to ride a bike. So,
is this all we've got for Nerf weaponry? Oh, these aren't.
Yeah, Nerf back then was not what Nerf is like.
I guess this
now.
isn't even Nerf though, technically. Maybe there's another Nerf section. Oh, these little tents.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. I had a bed tent.
What's that mean?
It was kind of like these tents that you could put over your bed. It's kind of similar to that, but instead of entrance.
That's fucking
infantry
awesome.
fighting.
That's
vehicle.
awesome. Oh.
Oh. I want that.
I'm picturing Erica coming home from work, and you're like, "Honey, I've got a surprise in the bedroom," and she's like, "Ooh," and then she opens the door, and you've got like, remember those like '90s plastic Batman outfits, like the toys, and then this is on top of the bed. It's a bed tent. Oh,
Tyco RC.
Is this vertical?
Yes, I remember. Yeah, there was a few things you could do something like that.
Goodyear blimp. I was wondering if they were going to have. I guess Micro Machines is a different section. Radio controlled cars. Were you ever into that?
I had like one or two.
Yeah.
My brother had a couple of like the fire engines that you could just. Oh, I remember the Cobra. The Cobra. You could fill it with water and it would pop up and you could like squirt people. Yeah.
All of this stuff always looked more fun in the commercials than it was in real life. It's, you know what it's like? It's like Twitch. The video games look like more fun watching Twitch people play it than they are when you're playing it alone.
Yeah. And you're like, I paid $60 and this game sucks.
Ooh.
Hey, Power Rangers, we had this one. We had everything except the giant turtle.
Is that this? What was the giant turtle? Was that like a transport thing?
Kind of like that. See, the thing is, like, it would transform as like a robot form, and then if you got all of them, you could just have them like stand on top of the turtle.
Yeah, like this one here.
Yeah, this was all from like Die Ranger, which was Chinese mythology creatures.
Well, yeah, I mean, this was like when Power Rangers really took off for me. Was when White Ranger era was where I was fully invested.
Yeah. Because the Rangers in Japan, they had different costumes. Here, they kept the same costumes from the previous season, even though in the second season, in this series, they would actually have like these like vests that look kind of similar to like the White Ranger's chest piece thing. And you had like the Red Dragon, there was the Phoenix, Quillen, I think, creature. There's like the tiger, then there's like a Kirin. They really didn't like explain what these creatures were in the show. As far as I remember, it was just kind of like,
I like the little talking tiger knife dagger thing, and even more importantly, fucking RoboCop,
and the RoboCop outfit you could put on.
Oh, and it comes with like an ID, RoboCop ID card. Do you see this?
Mm-hmm. So this must have been like after like RoboCop 3 came out.
RoboCop 2, isn't it? 94? $1990. Oh, 93. Oh, good job. I didn't realize.
But I don't think Peter Weller was still doing
he stopped at RoboCop 2.
Yeah, he's like, peace out.
3 sucked.
Was that the one that had the robot ninjas or something?
It's the one where
and he has the backpack. He's like jetpack.
Who's his partner? Nancy
Murphy?
No, his partner. Murphy's him. Lewis. She gets killed in 3, and it's really because she didn't want to be in it, and so like they kill her off in the first like 20 minutes of the film.
They could have just used B-roll from RoboCop 2.
It was stupid. It's not canon. RoboCop 1 and 2 is all that count.
RoboCop 1.
Oh,
ooh, the shadow. Somebody's got some pistols.
I wasn't gonna
foreshadowing.
I was gonna say it, but then you beat me to it. Batman stuff. Is this Batman?
Dick
animated
Tracy.
Batman.
Is that Dick
figures.
Tracy down there?
This?
Oh no. That's all shadow stuff.
G.I. Joe?
Yeah, this is around the time they brought back the 12-inch tall G.I. Joe. My brother and I, we had a couple of those. Where they they were trying to revive the G.I. Joe because the small ones were already beaten out by Mighty Max. We had that. I had Mountain Doom.
Stick with. Hold on. Stop it. I'm talking about G.I. Joe.
No, G.I. Joe, like the little figures were losing popularity from like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, and it was kind of, they were more of like a 1980s Cold War era type of thing. So they kind of brought back the 12-inch tall G.I. Joes as a commemorative thing for the dads, and also to try to somehow breathe more life into it. And they were kind of popular, but just the entire franchise itself at this point was just.
But then you got
excited
about Mighty Max.
Mighty Max, yes. Skull Mountain. Oh, God.
I was more invested in the cartoon than I was in the toys. But I do, because it was Polly Pocket and Mighty Max were like the male and female. And once again, honestly, the ladies lost out. Mighty Max was so much. Nobody talks about Polly Pocket anymore.
I enjoyed.
Go
ahead. I liked Mighty Max. I had a couple of the sets, and then the problem was that they just started coming out with more and more and more, so it was kind of hard to
keep up with.
There's too many to. Ooh, there we go. Star Trek.
Oh, this is what Dr. Dreadful's food. Yeah, I had this.
I think my brother had one too.
Man, my mom spoiled me. $50 for those two sets. That's $100 now, man. Love you, Mom.
Yeah.
Wait, there we go. I did this. I don't know. It's like Chanel or something. I had I was not a I was not a huge Next Gen fan when I was a kid, but I liked the ships, and I remember getting.
Did you like any Star Trek when you were a kid, or was
well,
it? Were you
it was
just
more.
Star Wars
it was more. I liked Next Gen when I saw it, but I didn't actively seek out when to watch it. I do remember watching the series finale when it first happened, because that was like more advertised, and I had seen enough of Next Gen to know that I liked it. I just didn't watch it weekly.
Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. WPWR Channel 50 Chicago.
Like I remember specific times seeing it, like the episode where the Enterprise keeps exploding in the time loop. I distinctly remember that episode and being really interested in it because it was like a big mystery.
Yeah, I remember the one where Worf has to go down he had like that rite of something or other, or like manhood, and he had all the other Klingons kind of zap him with the Klingon like cattle prods.
Klingon cattle prod.
Or the one in terms of like weird ship stuff was when Riker and Worf went on to the Yamato.
Yeah.
And they were like, he's like, 2 bridges, 2 ships. It's like, it can't be. And he's like freaking out about stuff. And he's like trying to. I felt like Worf was just fucked with purposely.
He was. We can't like go through every single page. I want to, but it's good.
I had a bunch of this stuff from some family members, and I never.
I was into my microscope, looking at like onion skins, and I would like prick my finger and try to look at my blood, which never actually worked. But there were leaves and stuff. My grandfather helped me a lot with that stuff and say like, this is how, like, using a stain and all of that shit. He was an optometrist, so he was pretty versed in this type of things, science stuff like that. So
that's cool.
I remember kids having this stuff, and I felt too stupid to use it. It was too intimidating to see.
Yeah, I had no interest in that personally. I was more of a Lego guy.
I did do crystals as a kid. Is Nicholas in any of this stuff, like growing crystals and rocks or any of that?
He likes looking at rocks and collecting rocks, and I have a lot of rocks.
So cool.
That I'd collected as a kid, and I have them in a box upstairs or in the attic.
Such a boy thing to be into rocks.
Yeah.
The girl version of creepy crawlers,
Dazzler.
It was like, put it in and it makes jewelry, and then the boy one, it's like
Erica would probably have been into like that pottery.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Or the knitting weaving loom.
We should have had Erica on so she could talk about the girl toys.
Oh, we're gonna bring a girl into the show.
Well, we don't. I'm saying you brought a girl into the show. I mean, actually, that's not true. I was the one who's always brought girls onto the show.
Bob Ross painting set. Interesting.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I feel like Bob Ross is more of a 2010s type.
White Bright. 2010s?
Or like 2000, like, you know, like the kind of meme stuff about Bob Ross.
Okay, so there's Creepy Crawler. I had that. So it actually, I had a wood burning kit too.
Creepy Crawler, superhero stuff. Yeah. Fungisaurus, Tool Master. Yeah, a miniature wood lathe for children. That's
But you see what I mean?
They used to have more cool stuff.
It was more thoughtful. But yeah, the wood lathe for children, that's kind of amazing. Don't wear your wedding ring, kids. Keep it away from the lathe. The kid band stuff.
Instrument sets, yeah. Guitar Hero before Guitar
Hero.
Shoji
Tabuchi. Oh no!
a young Shoji Tabuchi hones his skills in the 1994 JCPenney holiday calendar.
They put like the white boy on the drums, the white punky Brewster girl with the guitar, and then the Asian kid with a bowl cut.
Who's already been taking violin class for 2 years.
With a bow tie with a violin. God almighty. Well, I know I got some ideas for what I want to put on my Christmas list this year.
G.I. Joe's?
Batman bed tent.
Pajamas?
Bed tent.
Bed tent. Oh, man, those were cool. I had the Transformers one.
Well, now I want to know what this looks like. What is a bed tent?
There was like He-Man. I think the Ninja Turtles had one. Barbie had one. My Little Pony. I think I had Transformers. There might have been a Wuzzles one, maybe.
90s bed tent.
Maybe mine was from even like the 80s. Because mine was Transformers. Nobody cared about Transformers by that point.
What am I, like this?
No, this was for kids. No, it wasn't like that.
Like this?
They kind of looked like that.
And you said it was Transformers?
Yeah. There was Transformers. Yeah, that one right there, the Popples. Because the Popples are from the 80s. There we go.
That's pretty cool.
That's the one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And they had a He-Man one, which you would have been like, Mommy, I want He-Man. Because Alex has got Transformers, but I want He-Man.
I like seeing strong, buff, mostly naked men while I'm falling asleep at night. It's what I'm used to seeing as a young boy when I was falling asleep at night.
Yeah, and I remember the zipper was down the center, and there was like pockets on one or both ends that you could put I would put like little books and figures in, and then there was like the mesh like window on the side that I could like peek out and stuff.
Parents are approaching.
Share a bed with my wife.
You don't have to. You could move Zachary in with...
I'm obligated to.
No, obligated. She doesn't even want you there, so I don't know why you are worried about it.
No.
You could move Zachary in with Nicholas. Why should Nicholas...
They can go into Zachary's room.
Why should you get your own... Why should you get your own... Why shouldn't you get your own room and Nicholas does?
I kind of... You know what's funny is I look at old TV shows, like I Love Lucy or things like that, and... The husband and the wife actually have separate beds.
But that was because of TV standards, not because of...
I know, but I'm starting to think that that's maybe a good idea, because I know there are some like older people that actually have separate bedrooms. And I'm thinking...
I mean, I'm someone...
And a dakimakura?
When I'm in a relationship, I like falling asleep holding my partner and cuddling all night long. So... I would never.
I get told that they're tired and they just want to get some rest. And I'm like,
I'm not even saying sexy time. I'm just saying when it's.
I'm just talking.
Yeah, say when it's. I want to. I'm a big time cuddler. I want to cuddle and nuzzle and hold hands and. Well, you know this, Alex. You know I'm a big cuddler.
I know I do. Oh, yes, you do.
Anyway, great trip down memory lane with you. And speaking of memory lane, we have developed a rich history at Christmas time as we wind down our year of episodes, whether it was in audio form or now in video. And were you take this opportunity to read a Christmas story to me and to the audience, and also for your children.
Yes, and through the magic of the internet, I'll have to turn off my background because I need to actually show what I'm reading. So we're going to be, this year's going to be...
show the book. Okay.
Yeah, show the book. Johnny Lambert's 10 Little Reindeer. 10 little reindeer waiting in a line. One went to help an elf. You see him? Zachary loves this book. I was going to
say, I think this is the most basic book that you've read so far.
I'll do War and Peace next year. All 9 hours. And then there were 9. It's kind of like I have to be on this side here, sort of. 9 little reindeer walking through a gate. This is going to take a little while. Sit tight, folks. One found a friend to play with. And then there were 8. 8 little reindeer taking off for the heavens. One got stuck in the snow.
Oh no.
And then there were 7. 7 little reindeer getting the presents in a mix. One stayed behind to sort them out.
He's the responsible one.
Yeah, he is. We gotta have that responsible one. And then there were 6. 6 little reindeer enjoying a swoop and a dive. Oh, there we go. One flew into a bush. And then there were 5. 5 little reindeer wanting to stop and explore. See? Oh, wow. One went to roll a snowball. Wow, look at that big snowman.
Once again, Alex is reading to me like he's my father.
And then there were 4. 4 little reindeer flying close to a tree. One dropped down to meet the birds. Trying to see if I can get everything in. There we go. Oh,
hello, birds.
Hello, buddies. And then there were 3. 3 little reindeer. Can't see. Working the whole night through. One fell asleep. See, he's sleeping on top of the house here. Over here. There we go. And then there were 2. 2 little reindeer singing, "Our work is nearly done." Where is this? One was tempted by some carrots.
Got to leave out the carrots for the reindeer.
Mm-hmm. And then there was just 1. And 1 little reindeer saying, "Christmas is here again." So close your eyes, make a wish. Yeah, this is what the people tune in for.
This is the high quality content.
And bring back all 10. There's all the reindeer flying by. There's Santa. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas. Okay, that's it. The end. 10 little reindeer. Everybody loves it.
Who is this by? So we give proper credit. We don't want to be accused of plagiarism.
Johnny Lambert's 10 Little Reindeer.
10 Little Reindeer.
From Dorling Kindersley Publishing.
I'm sure that if I was...
It's more effective if you're here, but I'm trying to do...
It's also more effective if you're 3 years old. But I thought it was beautiful. It was beautiful, Alex.
Thank you.
I look forward to this every year.
It's very festive.
Very festive and light and optimistic for the coming year. And, but yeah, I think that about does it for this year's Christmas spectacular episode of Culture Doom. Alex,
jingle bells.
We probably won't record anything new before the end of the year. So for would you please wrap up for Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, and are there any other new holidays that I don't know about?
Any new holidays?
I don't have my finger on the pulse of
Arbor Day.
Will you please wrap up this week's episode of Culture Doom?
All right. Well, thank you very much for everybody to tune in and go down memory lane with some of the discussion that we had tonight. I hope it kind of maybe jogged, activated your almonds and jogged your noggin with memories of Christmases of past years and fun times. And we thank you for enjoying our kind of, I guess, like the first full season of our live action programming here on Culture Doom. And we've really enjoyed it. We're going to be taking a little bit of a break now until we come back to do some more episodes. Kind of changing up the format now with like segments and stuff like that going up instead of just a full type of episode going up. So, still, check in on our channel. We'll be posting stuff.
We'll be posting stuff up through the end of the year. But it'll be previously recorded content.
Yep. But it'll be new to you. So we enjoy your patronage and stuff like that. So anyways, on behalf of Brendan, I will say this is Alex wishing you happy holidays, happy new year. Hope everybody has a safe and wonderful Christmas time and gets to have some fun with family and friends. And, we will see you in the year 2024 for some more fun, laughs, and adventures. And until next time, we say, do побачення from Culture Doom.